I mean, really, what bad can happen? Why not? Why not do this? Hey, it's the Texas Porch. I'm JP. Heath trying a new thing here. And it's the Texas Porch. Like, share, all that jazz. Help us out with the AI overlords. I be lying if I'm not a little bit nervous. By the way, welcome back to Josh off of sick bay. How you feeling? Better than me, or?
Man, I'll tell you, yesterday afternoon it wasn't looking good. I think I it possibly could have done the show yesterday, but the good friend you are, you said no, just sleep, and I think that worked to my benefit, and you handled it well. I listened this morning whenever I woke up, and it was good.
Yeah, it's tough. Apparently, professional broadcasters do this every day. I'm getting that's what this is all about, though. Getting a new process, trusting things. If you're listening to this on delay, we are watching the final couple outs live. And did you just get that?
I did 2 outs now.
Okay, 2 outs, runners at second and third here, as that's a big one for Carroll. We'll go into the game recap here. You want to repeat your comment about this being some potential gold? It was 11-1, and then another sack flies. We got a Boch. Look at that Boch stride to the mound. That's a confident. Don't you just love bringing in your closer in a 6-run game in the World Series? Thanks a lot, Will Smith. Thanks a lot. But we are synced up. We're going to have the last out here now, and we go to commercial break. I've always wanted to do this kind of a live theater, so to speak, but anyway, I started asking you something there. Don't know what it was, but glad you're feeling better, truly. Yeah, I played Dr. JP. You're still friends. I think you know that reference, right? Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I listen to the podcast.
You're not doing this. I'm not letting you. Dr. Heath says sleep, and hey, miracle drug. Sleep works. So glad to have you rested to witness this meltdown of mine. You got to bring your closer in a 6-run game.
I think I know where you were going earlier. You wanted me to recreate the comment. And I said, man, you got a lot of guts bringing me on here with Will Smith nursing a 6-run lead. So I had to repeat that. And so now, yeah, they're second and third. Looks like they're going to finish it off, but I'm sure they would have preferred in a 10-run game in the 8th inning to not have to use their closer to finish it off. But at this point of the year, why not? Like,
yeah,
I mean, he's not. They probably want to avoid those back-to-back things, but at the same time, just go ahead and finish off the win when you got it.
This is how I'm watching games. You're getting live theater here. We're in a commercial break with the are you getting the commercial break with the watermelons as the heads? Guess y'all yeah.
Yep, I'm getting that exact one that I've been getting all game long, all series long, probably.
You got to protect the melon. Hey, you can tell me this. Well, we've got one more out to go before the Rangers lock it down with ease. This is what I do. I hide when I'm nervous. You got my sad the other night when had the blanket. By the way, we're 1 out away from you actually joining us on a victory podcast. So that's something.
I know.
You were avoiding us. Just wanting to come up with the loss there and getting you faking a sick there.
Yeah. Although yesterday you can't claim that one because I was trying to come on.
Yeah.
And this was as I knew that before you that the Rangers are probably going to win. Although that one was much tighter yesterday. That would have been more fun one to break down than this one. Maybe not for you, but for me.
So if y'all want to sync us up, we're coming back on Drone Cam. If you'd like to watch and listen here, please like this episode. That helps us on Facebook and YouTube as well. Like to know where you're watching from. Hey, what do you think about the broadcast? I've been synced up with radio the whole series, but this one I'm seeing a lot. When I had a lot of downtime, I actually caught up on some work. I pulled a Havard, and then the Diamondbacks started poking away. But has John Smoltz been especially John Smoltzy in this one? I saw someone with a tweet. I think I just sent it to you with the Hindenburg. I don't know. The Hindenburg's got a chance here. We got to like the odds for the Hindenburg here, but.
You did. And I've been listening to most of this in full transparency here tonight. We did like a Halloween movie type thing. So I've been watching the whole game, but we were watching Final Destinations 1 and 2.
Obviously.
So yeah, I mean, the plan really was to watch about 2 or 3 innings while watching Final Destination, and then it was 10-0 by the time you get to that. And so is it over?
No, 2 balls, 1 strike. I just like strike.
Okay, I just heard you say got him. But no, so Final Destinations 1 and 2, and then it was 10-0. I was like, well, there's no real need, so we put on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So it's been a Halloween type of night. So I know where you're coming.
2 strikes.
I know where you're coming. Right? Yeah, I know where you're coming from with Smoltz. So
I just don't know what he said. We got Where's Waldo in the stands as well. All right, you got Moreno at the plate, cleanup hitter. All right. Ground ball off the mound. It's going to score 2.
Man, I don't know what to root for. I don't know what to root for. Because I think you go viral if this totally goes haywire. Because I've been amazed by the Diamondbacks fans, like their positivity. They obviously haven't been here very much before because they've been going, they've been the happy faces the whole game instead of like the ones that are used to being there where they just show the misery from the 3rd inning to the death walk of the 9th inning.
Making a new little graphic here.
Are you getting ready for a potential meltdown? I think they still got it.
Yeah. JP's meltdown live here. Christian Walker at the plate. Tying runs not in the on-deck circle just yet. This is the Texas Porch. I so confidently programmed this at 10-0, or maybe it was 11-1 when I programmed the stream, but we are at an 0-2 count here to Walker and Leclerc. You're getting a live scene of how I watch games, but I usually don't have to talk about them in this sense. I guess I do it. Do it? I do it for a living, but it's 11-7. Was 10-0 at one point. Fastball high, waist pitch there. 0-2. Here's a story about Leclerc. I don't know.
You call it like a real game. You are a professional at this.
Yeah, right. Not in moments like this when it involves my childhood team, but Rangers 1 out away from going up 3-1 in the series. 2-2 for you, right? You're synced up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm right on you. That'd be like the borderline pitch you were talking about last night if that would have got called a strike.
He goes Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, there's the wrong spot to go Leslie Nielsen.
Here's a popper, foul territory. You got it, Low. You got it. Take that, D-backs nation. So yeah, everything's cool.
I'm glad I got my headphones working because you would just annoyed the whole family with that one.
You ready?
Am I ready for what? Oh no, I'm not being part of this. I heard you and Mitch the other night, and I was like, I can't be a part of this.
Yeah, I think we just lost all of our listeners too, but all right. That gives me a little bit of a better feeling. Never a doubt, folks. Never a doubt, right?
I mean, I never actually thought they would lose it. The potential was there.
I have an announcement. There was a doubt. I was nervous. Maybe it was the massive audience. Teams that go up, Josh, I don't know if you knew this off the top of my head. If they go up 3-1, they win the series 86% of the time.
I did just see that flash across the screen.
Oh, okay. You did too. It was on your TV.
Uh-huh.
All right. So let us get into full podcast as well, full podcast mode as the Texas Rangers win. And they go up by 3-1 series. What was our final score? Yeah, 11-7. And obviously, the story of the game is the big start and the comeback attempt from the Diamondbacks. But I truly do feel good after that one. And how do I put this? I hate to keep saying the same thing over and over again, but that's like every other Rangers game that we suffered through during the season. Thankfully, we didn't do 90 or 162 of those during the season because big offense and score just enough runs for the bullpen. That's how the formula has gone. As the striking Corey Seager on right now. Mother-in-law sent me a text. Apparently he's a good-looking young chap here. Apparently. So yeah. He can hit the baseball. He almost gets a 2-homer game. Rangers get 5 runs in the second, put up another nickel in the third, and that's the first time of all these World Series, that's the first time there's been 2 back-to-back 5-run innings. I guess in the old days, Josh, they had pitchers. But now when you have bullpen games in game 4, that lends to that in more of a modern approach. But yeah, as I collect my thoughts here, do you have any neutral observations about what took place? Kind of gave the quick rundown. Haney will get the win. He was very solid. He gets the attaboy. Mantiply did get the loss, but your initial thoughts. Usually I decompress about more of this, but baseball's fun sometimes. Yes, go Rangers. Former Mr. Texan, Paul. Yes, indeed.
You know me, I don't really like giving credit to the Rangers, but I sent you a text like an hour before the game saying Adolis Garcia is out, Scherzer's out for the rest of the postseason. They both got replaced. They just came out and bashed them like 2 innings in, 3 innings in, it's over. Like
Gorilla ball.
so, yeah, it's just like a no excuse type thing, which is completely different than the Dallas area team that we both root for. Whenever somebody gets hurt, it's like, oh well, we're about to lose every game, so just come out and take care of business. Don't worry about the guys that are hurt. Just go and do what they did. That's, I mean, Garcia or not, they scored. You know, they're up 10 nothing there in the 3rd inning, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, you just gotta take your hat off to them. I know the pitching they were going against wasn't just great, and then when they go with the opener and they go with the bullpen game, then it magnifies. But it's not the Rangers' problem who's on the mound. The Rangers didn't necessarily have their best pitchers out there to start off with, and Arizona didn't do anything with it. So, yeah, I mean that's just massive because getting that news before a game can somewhat demoralize a team. Like, oh, we don't have the guy that's been destroying everybody all postseason. As it goes game 7, we don't have our starter. I don't think Scherzer was a big deal of getting hurt, but Garcia could massively be. And to go out there, a game they needed because they've got their 2 big guns coming up games 5 and 6. If there's game 6, but at the same time, they don't want this thing going to 7 because it'll be back to not having a pitcher. So, you know, but you got to like what they've got for tomorrow with Uvalde, and then
is that official?
Yeah, it's official.
Okay, because I had a weird day today. Wild did do some trick or treating. Well, I passed out the candy to the trick or treaters. I guess that's the more appropriate way. See, that's the kind of day I've had. But
I would have liked it better if you were trick or treating.
I did have my Cowboys hoodie on in the driveway, and a lot of folks gave some comments to that in support and in sarcasm. So, yeah, my point in all that, they did announce Evaldi and with the assumption that Montgomery would come in game 6 if needed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not official, but
yeah, it's the same. It'll be the same 5 and 6 matchups. It's going to be Uvalde, the Montgomery, and it's going to be Gallen and Merrill for the Diamondbacks. So you do have 2 real starters going both the next 2 games. So it should be back to a little bit normal of a pitching, like a old school pitching matchup. But who knows with these?
All right, we know some folks are popping in. That's Josh. I'm JP. A little bit of a roll call where you're watching from. What'd you like? What'd you not like in this one? We were talking about a few minutes ago the John Smoltz effect. I'm sure he is not the most favorite of all Rangers, of all announcers for the Rangers fan base. What'd you think about him? And please like and share this one too. That helps. Got it on the personal Facebook feed tonight as well with young Joshua. Also on the Texas Porch Facebook feed. Any of those of you on the personal feed that don't like our small operation here, well, get on over there, like the Texas Porch Facebook feed and the YouTube page as well. That helps us out. Got to take down big AI there and help them grow those fledgling businesses there with YouTube and Facebook. We got to do our part to help them. So, all right, you want to start with a few observations and then some factoids as they trickle in. But Rangers defeat the Diamondbacks 11-7. Texas leads the series 3-1. We had a paper airplane. We had a fan on the field. We had a couple of Waldo sightings. And a not-so-special trick-or-treat for Diamondbacks fans. Not a bad start. Gammons, Verducci, Gammons only, the Ken Rosenthal that we are. We said early offense is good. We made that baseball diagnosis back in the Astros-Twins series. And, hey, imagine that. When you score 10 runs early on, even the Rangers bullpen can't hold up to that. But playoff teams are 31-9 when scoring first. I don't think that ratio is 31 out of every 40 in the regular season. That seems extra magnified here this postseason. It's the Rangers' 10th straight road win as well. Man, they have passed the major league record for most postseason wins from that great 96 Yankees team that we unfortunately remember. And they keep tacking on, and they hope that it comes to 11. There's old Bethel again. I know we're doing something well when Bethel messaged me late last night. Hey, where's the show? Yeah, definitely didn't like that comeback as well. And I'm in favor as well when you can score 11 runs. So must really like your comment. There you go. Comes off Bethel, but wouldn't come off there for a second. I had a sticky mouse. But the Rangers hit for the cycle in the second inning, part of those 5 runs. And they're the first team to hit for the cycle within an inning of a World Series game since. Any wild guesses? Do you see this, or was that on the tube as well for Davis, Smoltz, and company?
I didn't see it. Maybe Game 5 of the 2017 World Series.
No, so close. So close. Where's the buzzer? The 1991 Braves.
Okay. I was thinking that 13-12 game where everybody was hitting everything, that maybe somebody did it.
Yeah, I know what that feels like in a game 4 of the World Series like that tonight, as I try to turn it around back to myself. But I mentioned that Brave stat also, that the Rangers the first team to hit for the cycle within an inning of a game in the Fall Classic, because I remember that World Series vividly. I remember a few before that, but your boy Mitch, no surprise, was a bandwagon Braves fan back in the day. He had a Braves starter jacket he took to Commerce Middle School. That's now a fire station off of downtown Commerce, America. And I was a bandwagon Twins fan back in 1991. Howdy to folks. See a few more coming on the stream. Let us know, like this episode, that helps us. And let us know where you be viewing from as well. But I would not let Mitch go. This was before we were really besties at that time, but I stuck it to Mitch there. You'd be happy that. Got a title in 87 with my dad's Twins. I kind of jumped on the bandwagon from that. And hey, speaking of bogus benchmark stat, Mitch denies. Hey, speaking of, I didn't know he'd actually be in there. But yeah, what were we, seventh grade? You 13, you're seventh grade. Anyway, long way to tell that story. Yeah, Mitch, still a huge Braves fan. He has like 5 teams. That speaks to his character. But you and him don't get along. So even putting up his comment there, mentioning that, very sorry.
I thought this was in my contract. Like, no Mitch. And then you throw up 2 Mitch things. So I think you're testing my boundaries here.
Very sorry. I'll move on.
So I remember the 91 World Series, though, because that's one that I watched. And it's amazing that the cycle was hit because that's known for the 1-0 10-inning game between Smoltz and.
Do you remember what he said the other night? He that should not be named?
I don't. Maybe I'll break this down too. Maybe that's what made it at the top of my thoughts.
Yeah, how about Mitch Garver? Yeah, thanks for getting us back on track. Leave it to our great audience there to keep us on track. Yeah, Mitch Garver hitting in the 3-hole. I didn't question the great big-headed skipper there on the top step with our state's favorite team still playing. But yeah, Mitch Garver go over the box score again here in just a second. But man, trust in Mitch as well. I guess that's why he put that up there. Trust in Mitch as well. So both Mitches having a pretty good night, I'm sure. But he was 0 for 4, had a walk and 3 strikeouts. So I guess Bethel wasn't the greatest nights for that Mitch, but maybe not the other Mitch as well. But Jared Sandler had a tweet of Rangers radio network fame. The Rangers have as many 5-run innings over the last 2 innings of that game, when the second and third, as the 11 other playoff teams had combined in the entire postseason. Is a script flipping, or is this just kind of a one-off where if they can get one more win, will we be saying about this team, man, they just hammered their way to a title? The pitching did its job throughout, but I can't get over how usually, you know the score, but for fans that don't watch as many postseasons as we're glued to, whether our teams are in there as not, you don't get this type of offense in most postseasons. And the Rangers going to be known as that, they just slugged their way and they had a little piddly Diamondbacks team going against them. Is that what they're going to be known for in this one?
Depends on where you're asking from, but it really doesn't matter. Like, yeah, that if they win, it's going to be, oh yeah, the Diamondbacks were the ones that were there. But no, they hit. Like, I mean, they already beat the 3 best teams in the American League. So I don't think that you can really put an asterisk there or anything for, not that there would be one. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, they hit all year. It's not like they came out and suddenly they just started hitting out of nowhere. I think weren't they the number 1 offense in the majors all year? So if not number 1, I'm sure they were behind the Braves, but they were right there all year. So it's not like this is an anomaly. Like, oh yeah, they just fluked their way to a title by doing that. No, they just picked it up.
But usually that doesn't happen, right? I mean, usually, like the great Ron Washington once said, sometimes that booty hole get tight.
Yeah, usually you don't hit your way to a title. Like, usually you got to have pitching to really help you out, and they've had enough pitching. You know, Leclerc, Uvalde, Montgomery. Like, it hadn't been dominant, but they've had enough, and then the offense just been destroying it.
So Seager is the first shortstop to hit 3 home runs in a World Series game. I heard that it had to stop. It's like, wait, back up. World Series, not one game. Might have said game, but who knew? I mean, the type of numbers he's putting up, and he's not changing one iota from what he was. But Arizona then tacks on a second. Rangers were up 11-1. Arizona tacks on a second sac fly to cut it to 11-2. And it got a little interesting there. 3-run home run makes it 11-5, and the final score still ends up in favor of the Texas Rangers by an 11-7 score, and they are moving on to play for a world championship. All right, let's take some calls. James in Royce City, you're on the air.
Oh no.
It seemed like a great time to get on and confront my all-time nemesis.
What's that Luka Doncic says? Everybody wants to talk when they're up.
I mean, whoa, is that blurry? So, yes, of course, much better to speak with you when we're on top of the world. No doubt.
Never a doubt in that one, James. Never a doubt.
No, that was how you want it right there. Let's get it over in the third inning. That's how you want it.
Most certainly was.
Then you don't have to ignore trick-or-treaters. You can just go to the door. You can give them whatever they want. You can tell them, go Rangers. They can scream it back. It's a beautiful night.
Hey, do you remember that time we went to watch Blair Witch Project in college?
Yeah.
That's what you look like now. You look like you've got
Okay.
a dark background, and somehow Josh does not have the worst.
Dang it. That was my joke.
Let's just hope it has the same ending as Blair Witch.
Yeah, so I'm in the downstairs front room with bad internet connection. I thought I can't get on the air with that. So I come up, closer to the Wi-Fi, turn the iPhone flashlight on, and yeah, now I look like a Blair Witch Project blurring in and out.
Just dizzy going back and forth. So did you have trick-or-treaters to shoo away, or were you kind of doing the head swivel, checking on them? Because I started about 30 minutes late. Mrs. the Texas Porch and I were out in the driveway, had it paused on the radio and paused on the diver. And how did the Leathers Victoria's household handle it?
Man, this is definitely, you've pigeonholed me into a admission here. We did not turn on the porch light.
Ooh.
I know. I could have told you that, JP. Like,
and
what are you talking about, man?
very very slim pickings for the kids in our neighborhood. We kind of have a small subdivision, and so there's not a lot out, but we didn't partake this year. We actually had a so far, first time it's ever happened where both of the kids were out spending time with friends tonight.
Oh.
So we got blowout Rangers instead. So it wasn't even like a real Halloween over here.
Happy Halloween, go Rangers!
Yes, perfect.
All right. Any mild sports opinions with this one, or just slam dunk? Not going to be nervous tomorrow whatsoever.
I mean, for me, I just wanted to get on and slam dunk on Josh Harvard, but no, I mean, they might as well take it tomorrow night. But the D-backs have, I think, probably enough grit to rattle one out. But man, can't get any better for sure.
I'd like to make an announcement. Can I have your attention? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Game 5 watching plans. I have not purchased a plane ticket to go to Arizona to potentially watch my all-time child favorite team win.
That's unbreaking news.
That's not the story. But I will be driving to Commerce, Texas to watch Game 5 with my dad. So, yeah.
Well, dang it. Now that you say that, like, how can I cheer against the Rangers for you to go watch with your dad for them to lose? I mean, I think I can still do it, but
Yeah.
man, that's tough.
That's the ultimate force field right there.
I mean, if you're going to watch it with Mitch, then I definitely cheer against you. But going to your dad, like, man. So go Rangers tomorrow.
Yeah,
That'll mean that they can clinch it before I'm in a press box and able to watch any baseball on Friday night for Game 6.
Yeah, it's only 4 hours up there, but at least I'm staying the night and 4 hours to zip down here for mighty exhibition basketball against Clayton State. So,
Well, man, sure hope they can bring it home and get that 11th road win. That would be pretty sweet for old Heats.
I did pick Rangers in 5.
Yeah, after I picked the Rangers in 6, or I guess you
picked
have
the
6. Yeah, and I picked. Yeah, that's right.
I picked Rangers in 6, and you copied me, and I couldn't do exactly what you did. So I said, okay, Rangers in 5. So don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's getting on the intro.
Hardcore.
Man, but Mitch, I don't know if you saw any of the intro. I was watching the last couple outs, and even now I'm starting to get kind of it's an odd thing to say. I'm getting kind of moist.
Very odd. Did not think I would hear that when I woke up this morning.
And maybe we could talk about this tomorrow. If they somehow stumble into a win and Aroldis Chapman doesn't make me cry tears in front of my dad. But the Texas Rangers are 1 win away from the World Series victory. We do need, thank you, P. Did. We do need Big John reactions. He's a seldom listener / viewer. Famous quote of my dad. I asked him, this is like in version 6 of 19 of the reboots. I said, so you listen, you listen to the podcast? Yeah, it's all right, I guess. So, straight shooter all the way. But yeah, the countless games I've gone to with you, Mitch, you, Josh, and my dad. I mean, what are we even doing here? The Texas Rangers are on the brink of pretty much setting baseball history, I think. I'll check the records, but winning a World Series title would be some kind of baseball history. I don't know.
It certainly would be history for them. And might I remind you that you have probably spoken those very words before.
Oh, wasn't doing a podcast in 2011 though. So
I'm just glad Mitch said it instead of me.
Yes. We're not counting those chickens for sure. But you've pretty much you've even force fielded the Diamondbacks by going to your dad's house to watch the game. So
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And even this, it's kind of tight there, Mitch. Me and Boch, man, that's tight. Should a size 8 be that tight?
No, it should not be that tight on any human.
Especially with a bald head.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, you inspired me for the last 45 seconds to put on the old block tee.
Speaking of which, this one's the old grandfather's hat. Broke it out this weekend.
That's about 20 years old, right? Now that logo in style,
probably.
right? And we were thinking little A-Rod, post A-Rod days there.
That's probably about right.
Okay.
Got this one from the old Big Gramp when he passed away.
Man. Fitted?
No, not fitted.
It's okay. Y'all have normal size heads there in the your area of town. Man, I don't know what else to say. Sports are fun sometimes. Sports are fun, but
Go Rangers. Let's get it done on Heath night.
let's do it. Yeah. I even asked Mrs. the Texas Porch, so what do you think? Because she brought it up. Who did they play in that last round, Mitch? I'm forgetting.
The Rangers? Oh,
Yeah,
that was the other Texas team.
Yeah.
The Houston Astros. The Houston Astros.
Yeah. So Mrs. the Texas Porch brought that up. Hey, if they do win, you should find a way to be around there and just experience it. So I was like, okay, filed that one away. And now that it is kind of close.
Pretty close.
So breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. The Texas Rangers are on the brink of the World Series. But do you know what that guarantees?
Can I have your attention?
They will not win tomorrow night It'll be some epic 17-inning game that they'll lose, and then they'll have to come back for game 6. So hopefully they win game 6, because game 7, I'm working during game 7 time, buddy.
Oh no. Oh no. JP, that's awful.
So kind of hoping they get it done here.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there's definitely a good story to be written, it's that they win that last game on the road.
I hope
the way
so.
It's supposed to end.
And you two, above any other, know my life, and I guess the woman sleeping across the house knows more than y'all, but my sense of humor and my desire for what I'm about to say. I almost want them to win tomorrow night. Yeah, for the title, but so fans can't go enjoy it. The bandwagon. Because 80%.
You don't want to see Bananas celebrating a World Series title.
Banana D-bag kids don't deserve to watch that more than me, than this guy right here, than my friend Kenny down way south of town. The old cocaine and boob job crowd in Dallas, to paraphrase an old sports talk show host in Dallas. I would love it, double love it, if they could win. Yeah, winning the title, all that stuff. But I'd be extra excited if those fans can't go watch it in person. Call me, I'm just saying. So I can blanket myself. I'm just saying. Am I wrong to think that? I'm just saying. Force field.
Yeah, totally on brand. Wouldn't expect anything less from you.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we had a exchange there where we were comparing D-bag fans in Arizona or Texas, and I said nobody can out D-bag Texas fans. Yeah, I don't know if you agreed or disagreed with me. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't even talking about my mortal enemy, Mitch, but just watching them on TV, man.
Yeah, a lot of Cowboys fans have kind of seeped in there, which we expected, and I talked about this a few weeks ago. I think it was after the Tampa Bay, when they just bulldozed Tampa Bay. You watch now, it's going to come across, but yuppies, and they had the way and the means to take the tickets away from the folks that really deserve to be there. But anyway, I'm going to control what I can control and go to one of my happy places and soak it up, soak it all up.
Well, it's either going to be a fitting end, they went on the road, it's Heath night, or you'll go to your dad's and it'll be an epic JP moment. So either way we win.
Yeah, what I'm already nervous about is you're still friendsing him and saying, we're watching this sink.
Wait, you're still friendsing?
Yeah. Come on, don't people know that? Man, this is getting tight.
That's a weird verb.
You made it up, or Robert Rabb did. What are we even talking about?
Man, that's inside right there.
What I am worried about, what was I even saying? You distracted me.
You're still friendsing me. I don't know.
I was going somewhere. What was I saying, Josh? You're my present day. You can read my mind on the pod. What was I saying?
I got sidetracked by what you're saying.
Okay.
Rewind the tape. Get your producer to rewind the tape and figure out what's going on.
I'm doing great. Yeah, Paul says $10 admission to watch at Globe Life. No chance. No offense. I'm just saying I would never do that. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle being there.
You're too good for that.
Maybe.
I support it, Paul.
God love you. I don't any fan that wants to do it, awesome. But as nervous, again, y'all know I couldn't handle it. No. And that's for the sake of the people that go. I could not.
I will say, for all the Astros faults, when they were in the World Series, the watch party was free at Minute Maid.
Paul says I didn't go, but it is an option. So.
I didn't go when it was free either, so that says everything.
So the Astros, the team of the common man.
Yeah.
And
Astros do everything right in there. I think they're like a PR masterpiece, actually.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they've done pretty well on what they had.
See, at least we agree on something.
hey, speaking of, we're paying the podcast man. I don't care. It's a playoffs. I'm paying the podcast man. Where does Astros fans stand? You speak on behalf of Astros Nation, aka D Bags fan. What are the feelings of Astros fans?
No, they don't want the Rangers to win.
Yeah. I guess we
wouldn't
talked
want
about that going in, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want the Rangers to win if it wasn't for you. Like, I totally want you and your dad to have the happy moment, but they're the other team in Texas. Like, just like the Astros, the other team in Texas, the Rangers. But yeah, I don't think most. Although I hear all around town, at least it's the other team from Texas that's winning. But that's a loser mentality. Like, I don't expect y'all to root for the Astros, except for any kind of other sentimental thing. Like, I'm totally being serious when I say I would like the Rangers to win for you, but for just Rangers fandom, no. Like, and I totally think y'all be the same way.
What about the
good answer? Correct answer, by the way. You did well. You passed, Josh.
Maybe except for Garcia, who I think is easy to kind of find a reason to not like him. I mean, I don't think I think you're someone who's more like, hey, if he gets it done, let him do what he wants. But I'm just saying, in some fans' eyes, he's easy to hate. Other than that, everyone on the Rangers is pretty lovable now. Like, this is a hard team to hate.
Yeah, Josh.
I mean, I have no problem with Garcia. Like,
no.
No, I mean, outside of one guy on the team, then they're all good. And Chapman, he can whatever. All the other ones are fine. Like, there's no other dislikable guys on there. But Chapman is just next level, domestic abuser, everything else. But outside of Chapman, yes, they're a very likable team. And everybody's going to have that one person. I mean, we're Cowboys fans, so good Lord. I mean, if we had to.
We've had practice with this.
Yeah, if we had to take somebody off every time they got in trouble with the law, then. Yeah. But the Rangers are likable. I mean, both these teams are likable. I don't think there's anybody that is going to totally hate either one of these teams like they would be hating the Astros. But, I mean, it's not like I'm saying that I would definitely not be rooting for the Rangers, but it's not like it's an Eagles situation or whatever. I mean, they're the Rangers, and I mean, there's nothing to dislike about them for 99% of it.
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know what, actually, maybe if you forget some of the previous years, it's kind of easy to like the Astros player because I'm just not the team. I'm not supporting them. I'm just saying play.
All right. That's it from Mitch.
Personnel wise,
did I hear you right? Did I hear you? But I'm here. I just realized my Facebook was set on private for my public stream. So that's why. Anyway, go ahead. I thought you said it's easy. That's funny. I thought you said it. Go continue.
You know what? It's kind of like the Tony Parker, Tim Duncan Spurs rivals, but kind of hard to hate that team. Hell, it's almost like that with the Jeter Yankees. They were a hard team to hate. Is that bandwagoning or is that kind of respecting,
Here's Mother-in-law with the point. Mother-in-law says that the Astros couldn't play in the World Series. It's our duty as a Texan to root for the Rangers.
Wow.
Josh,
that's American.
You're gonna go against my mother-in-law?
Yes. I stand by what I said. After saying that I was definitely rooting for you and your dad to be happy tomorrow, but as an Astros fan, no.
Yeah. As we discussed many times off air and on, I was in the same dilemma all those years. The one exception when my Nats made it, just so I was a diehard Nats fan growing up, and I just happened to know. I mean, I just knew a guy on the Nats they were playing. They happened to be playing the Astros. Got his. I don't know. He talked to me the other day too. That was the only other time that I mean,
it was
Speaking
good,
of Josh,
was good
Josh,
for him to hear your voice.
yeah.
there you
was
go. I was gonna say, like I heard this about this major leaguer telling JP that he loved hearing his voice again, but it's just tough to get that news through JP because he never says anything about it or shares anything on it. You know, you have to go deep into the web just to find that stuff.
I know Mitch hasn't shared. I have to share it because JP's
Yeah,
the man of the people. He's never going to say it about himself.
you'll never hear it if you don't. You know, I mean, it's hard to find.
He's not going to put it on his personal Twitter page.
No, JP would never do that. Yeah,
It was
That's
my
the kind of
working
guy-
out. How is that? Was I off? How is that bad? I don't.
what are you talking about?
Well played by you.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're both jerks. I hate both of you. All right, but getting back to Betty Lou's point, I could not bring myself to root for the Astros. Folks in the same household did not like that so much, but I was very neutral. I surrendered it. I was okay, but wrapping up that whole thing. So, yeah, it's fun, boys.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I don't know. AI correction there. What else? Anything else? You going to be watching the game tomorrow, Mitch?
I think I'll try to tune in.
How's that password working for?
What?
For real? Everything's good?
Oh my gosh, it's the best thing that's happened to me.
Josh,
So-
Mitch is mooching off my password, but we're in a circle of friends here. I mooched
gave
many
up.
a password off Josh. Josh, 7-foot Doug. I've mooched his password for MLB stuff, so it's okay. You can confess, Mitch. I know you're not Catholic, but you can confess here.
It's let's just say it's been a lifesaver for sure.
I don't know how much stuff I have your password on. Like, probably usually. I know my wife's watching TLC something off your password, so
Yeah.
probably better than whatever I'm watching it for.
The fact that I know like 3 of your wife's main passwords, it's not a weird thing. I don't know if she's watching or I guess
You know her date of birth and her dog's her favorite dog's first name.
Street you grew up on, and anyway.
Yep.
Hey Mitch, before you came on, we were talking about the broadcast, and I had it synced. Were you radio tonight, or did you have old Davis and Smoltzy?
Watching the TV feed.
Okay, so good. Glad you did not enjoy the Hall of Fame work. So you're Mr. Critical Thinker. Is it really as bad? That's what I was trying to get some feedback. If we have any, had not paid attention to my comments in a while, but if anybody wants to chime in as well, what did you think about the feedback? Is it not the feedback, the commentary? Is it really that bad? Because I'd listen part of what are your,
it's not to me. Well, let me first say this. It's not that good, and that's tough for me to say because John Smoltz, he was a favorite player because, like JP said, I was a bandwagon Braves fan when I was younger, and he's not that good at color on these games, but they're not bad from the standpoint of being anti-Ranger in my opinion. I think that's more just that's a national broadcast. So and you've got a team like Arizona that's they're scrappy and tough to say bad things about, but I don't think they're saying bad things about the Rangers. I mean, I assume that's what you're alluding to, that everyone's going crazy about how bad they are.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter said John Smoltz hands out raisins at Halloween. Another one, it's got a picture of him. I don't think there's any personal info on here. Yeah, it's got a picture of the Hindenburg. See that little caption? Yeah. It said, the Fire seems to be doing well, but I really feel like the Hindenburg should be winning this fight. So
nice.
What I think it is, to refresh, I think it is folks that are used to old Dave and CJ and the cast of hundreds that seem to go through the booth at Rangers games. Attaboy, Rangers, way to go. The Rangers are the best team ever. Yippee! But when they hear people praise the other team or broadcast neutrally, it doesn't really jive with their sensibilities. That's my broadcaster's opinion. I'll never be in their league, but that's just what I think, because it doesn't bother me when I've heard, I think it was, I don't know when it was. I got to hear them. Oriole series. Yeah. Oriole series down in Galveston, humble brag there. I didn't hear it, but I trust your.
I mean, I do think I think that's got to be most of it. It's just the fact that it's a national broadcast and all that. But it doesn't help that they're not that good.
We have a shot of Josh's couch here. He's had to leave, folks.
But enough about what I think. Josh, what do you think?
Let's go. Let's go down to oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's a nice family picture frame, though.
Yeah, I like it. He is modest, though. He has, I don't know if he could hear that. Okay, he had to change. He changed jerseys. That's what it is.
Oh. I'm sorry, bud.
It's okay, buddy.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
You can win the state title next year.
hey, you wear whatever shirt makes you happy.
I don't want to be ganging up on you, though. I really don't.
Oh no! And now he's talking on mute. How long should we let him go?
All right, Blair Witch guy, easy.
True.
I just thought I'd reach my time limit with Mitch, and it just kept on going. So I had to take a few minutes for a breather. I think Mitch agreed that I needed to step away. One of us needed to step away. So I had to be the bigger man because I knew Mitch wasn't going to be the bigger man. So.
Understandable and true.
Settle down. It's the first time you guys have been on together in a while. Y'all take it easy, okay? Y'all take it easy.
I thought we've been pretty good.
You have.
As much of enemies as we are, we can always team up to bash you. So
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, this memory is coming back. This memory is coming back from like the Catch Up and Vest episode, and they're going back 3 years though. But all right, I think I was supposed to end it about 30 minutes ago, but this is fun. Sports are fun. Any final comments from the Lufkin connection of this crew tonight? Where are you going to be watching Game 5, Josh?
I'm going to be watching right here tomorrow. I won't even be watching Final Destination and Texas Chainsaw Massacre while watching on my phone. So I'll be here. What's your confidence level in the Rangers tomorrow? I think they finish it off tomorrow. What do you think?
A legitimate question. They got Big Game Nate going, and Big Game Nate got his little bad game out of the way. He's on regular rest, right? I ask Mr. Astros and D-backs supporter.
Yeah, he pitched game 1. He's on 5 days rest.
Got to think about this.
JP, sit down. You have a podcast to do.
What are you asking me what I really think?
Yeah. Yes, because I know the pessimist JP.
First of all, before you say that, do you have wood to knock on?
Wooden desk, baby.
Okay. Let's keep a nice little tap on that sucker.
You bring an interesting question. We'll pontificate more when the time comes. Been a Rangers fan, been kicked in the crotch many times.
You're making my face light up on fire. What is happening?
Can you hear this? The Texas Rangers will win the World Series tomorrow night.
Oh, gosh. You just did it. Now the Diamondbacks are going to use that as fuel in their locker room.
No one believed in us.
Yeah.
But I really don't know, Josh. I have no clue. Why don't you guess?
The way the current world is, they could win tomorrow. The Diamondbacks win, and they'll be like, we know we're playing Texas, and we heard the Texas porch, and they didn't believe in us, so we had to prove them wrong.
We'd get a lot more listeners with that, I think. Probably I know some people that are like, they don't like, I don't think he's watching or listening now. I think he doesn't like me looking forward. He doesn't like me. So no, don't talk about it. I was like, well, I don't have much to do with the outcome is my reasoning. So I can talk about it all I want. Thank you much, sir.
Which major leaguer are you talking about? Is this Anthony Rendon or is this another major leaguer?
Hey, did I tell you I talked to him the other day? Yeah. I can't believe I do that. I'm that guy now. And
no, stop it.
I can't believe it.
It's an easy joke, but of course you should do that. First of all, that's pretty dang cool. I heard Josh Harvard on the podcast the other day say that if we could only have someone in the majors just, desiring to hear our voices. So pretty cool stuff.
Doesn't even know me. I guarantee it. He just heard my name and like, oh yeah, whatever.
Oh,
all right, guys. We got 2 podcasts in one here, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Are we both available for tomorrow in a post-game celebration, or would you want to be on that, Josh? Would you care? Would you care? Would you want to kind of do like Mitch tonight and just kind of pop on halfway through, or I kind of know your answer, but what do you think?
I'm good. If the Astros had ever won a title, I'd probably shy away from it, but no, I'm good. I like seeing y'all happy. I mean, I like seeing you happy. So just to clarify,
Freudian slip.
I know. I'll never admit. Well, boy, there we go. No, I'm totally up for it. Whatever y'all want.
Go.
If you and Mitch just want to sit there and chant for 30 minutes, then y'all can probably have that one on your own. But as long as it's not that, then I'll be okay.
Let's get it. Let's get that chant tomorrow.
Yeah, let's save it. You want to save it? He was impressed. He had never heard. Yeah, you heard it. He'd never. So that originated in thanks to Joe Reynolds, I think.
That's right.
Right. All right, fellas. Hat tip to you. What hat tip to you? The Texas Rangers defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks. What was that score? It was never in a doubt. 11-7, and the Texas Rangers trying to clinch their first ever World Series coming up tomorrow night. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For Blair Witch Mitch, for D-backs #1 supporter in East Texas, Josh, I'm JP. Have a great rest of this night. God bless you. God bless Texas. We'll talk to you next time out here on the Texas Porch. Rangers in 5.
Glad you can finally agree with me on something.